So you had this idea for a story,
Yeah.
and you said, if I remember, something like, "Hey, would you be interested in writing a book with me?"
Right.
I have heard this sentence before from many people. Hey, I had this great idea for a story.
Well, I'm such a nice guy.
It must have been your personality, but there was something about this particular, "Hey, I got an idea for a story,"
Yeah.
that made things sort of come to life. So, tell me your earliest memories of food and cooking and this place called Mapletown.
Mapletown. Well, actually, you named it Mapletown, but it was Mapletown Dinette, and my dad owned Mapletown Dinette. And the scene in my head is St. Johnsbury, Vermont, so in New England. And so that was an interesting twist, a really creative way for you to keep Mapletown in the picture there. You know, it was a big brownstone building that my grandmother actually owned, and my dad talked her into letting him put in a diner. That's what grabbed your attention.
Yeah.
So you figured if you partnered with me, you would eat well?
Yeah, I'm not going to starve if I do this. I mean, for me, The Go-Giver is a book about a seeker. And your story was about a seeker, a different kind of seeker. But I love stories like that, of somebody who's really up against a wall and is having some hard time in his or her life and is seeking, I don't know what, is seeking something, some answer, some solution, some relief, something. And your idea for a story about a young boy who's in trouble and who finds his answers in the unexpected place of a diner kitchen. You know, it made me think Karate Kid meets Master Chef.
Yeah.
I thought that's just such a cool idea.
Yeah.
You know, you mentioned talk about the relationship between the boy and the chef, and that's, you know, there is love in the book, and it happens on many levels, but the love of a mentor for his charge, his student or his ward, is really, really powerful. And there's this moment in the book, it's about halfway through, when Owen could just walk away, because he's paid his debt, right?
Yeah.
He could just walk away. And what I love about what the chef does is that he could stop him, and he doesn't.
Yeah.
He could say, "But if you want to stay,"
Yeah.
and he desperately wants him to stay, but he doesn't do a thing.
Right.
He lets him walk out, and he lets him make his own decision.
Right.
And the boy makes the decision to come back through the door again.
Yeah.
And that, to me, speaks about this thing of honor. That thing of honoring the person feels like to me, it feels like it's a Chef Charles Carroll theme of life.
So you mentioned Ruth and Bernie. There was a real Ruth and a real Bernie. And who were they? Yeah.
Stop there for a second. I didn't expect that.
It's all good.
So, my dad owned the bakery. My grandmother owned the building, and Ruth was my mom.
Yeah.
So, that to me is important because, you know, you can be great today. We can cook a great recipe today, but I mean, if you're gonna achieve excellence, I mean, you have to do it all the time. It's what you do when the lights are off. It's what you do when people aren't around. What do you do when people aren't looking? Are you the same guy? Are you the same person? So and the story kind of builds to that. And we're so proud of Owen, aren't we, at the end of the story?
Oh, we are.
Yeah, and
he makes good decisions.
Yeah, and so, yeah, that's cool stuff.
Yeah, it's funny because we speak about we're proud of Owen and we love what the chef did as if it wasn't us. And it's like that because when you create a story like that, it's like you have these characters and you watch what they do. And when they do the right thing, you're so proud of them.
Yeah.